Hey y'all, this is Pete with Auto Repair Tips, and today we're doing some work on the FJ Cruiser. It's a 07 FJ, and we're getting ready to put some new front struts on it. Come along for the ride. Let's get it fired up and get it inside. We've got it in the garage here, and have you guys ever been out on the road hitting potholes? You get a bunch of noise out of the front end, or you got a real bouncy car. Good chance is it's time for some new front struts. Lucky for us, AutoSaver 88 supplied us with a pair to try. And for the unboxing, guys, we've got my friend, the unboxing knife. Thank you. We've got new front struts. These things look nice. I don't see any fluid. We've got new dust boots on it, new bearings, new mounts, new bushings. Let's see how they fit. We're gonna go ahead and lift the vehicle, get ready for the change out. If you guys are doing this at home, always use jack stands when you jack up your car. Safety first.
Not like my son-in-law.
Not like my idiot son, Peter. For all you guys wondering, I've been trying out some new hair product. It's like the fountain of youth over here, man. I was going a little bald, so look at me now. Let's get this thing off of here.
I'm watching every single step you do, Nick. In case y'all are wondering, that's Nick, I'm Pete.
No, I'm Pete.
There is no fountain of youth.
I'm Pete.
No, I'm Pete.
Now I'm Pete.
In case you're wondering, I'm actually Pete.
Watch your feet. You want your other wing clip?
I know, really.
No.
All right, we got the wheel off. And if you guys are wondering why I'm here and not the good looking Pete, it's because old Pete had to have some surgery on his arm. So he can't lift anything, so why not help him out? Give him a hand.
You trying to sound flipping old?
You are old, man. You're getting up there.
Come on. I just turned 38 last week.
Mechanic life is good to this guy, as you can see.
Hell yeah.
All right, so a couple of things we're gonna try to get this thing out so we don't have to take everything apart. You got a sway bar end link right here with a 17mm nut on it. We're gonna pull that. You've got the bottom strut bolt, which is a 19. And always remember, when it's a through bolt with a nut, always try to untorque the nut side as it comes off easier. Then we're gonna get in here and pull these three 14mm nuts on the top of the strut. Then we're gonna try to get us a pry bar in here and get it pulled down just enough to snake that strut out. And if that doesn't work, we'll do a little bit more disassembly, I'll let you know. Just remember, all these things have probably been covered in dirt and grime for the last, this is a 2007, so the last, what, 16 years. So make sure you take your time to avoid any broken bolts. Back one's gonna be a pain in the ass.
You think?
Oh yeah.
What now?
The back one's gonna be a pain in the butt. Now when it comes time to doing this back one, you're gonna have to find a little patience because you're gonna be doing it a 1/16 of a turn at a time. Ah, sweet victory. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and knock the lower strut mount through. Make sure that you always use a rubber mallet as to not damage the threads on the end of that bolt. All right, and this is the part you're gonna want a strong friend. We're gonna stick a pry bar in between the saddle for the lower control arm and the control arm itself, and your strong buddy here is gonna push down on it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove the bottom of the strut from the saddle, and then once that's out, you should be able to sneak the strut right on out. We're gonna put one of these bolts back just to keep the strut from falling down while we try to pry down on it, because if we pry down and all these bolts are out, what the strut's gonna wanna do is fall down with it. So we're gonna use this one to hold it tight. We're gonna pull the bottom out. We're gonna remove that one strut nut, and then we're gonna yank it on out.
One thing I want to note, that these two guys here are doing this together, but if Big Pete was here doing it, he'd be by himself doing it, so he would have 3 hands on this and no help. So it's nice to have extra help.
Little Pete and medium Pete.
That's right. I'm little Pete.
All right guys, so we tried to cheat this a little bit by finding a shortcut. Turns out that's not gonna work. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna remove the under shield, then we're gonna pull the 2 bolts for the sway bar here, get the sway bar out of the way, and this strut's coming right on out. And so the whole reason we're going with the sway bar option instead of just busting off the top control arm here is this truck is so old, the less that you have to beat on a ball joint, the better. All right, so we got this shield off. Now we're gonna go ahead and loosen both 14s for the sway bar on this side and on the driver's side.
Just so you know, the strut came up completely. You want me to lift it up from the side and you pull it out?
Yeah. All right, look at that. Now it becomes a game of snake, how to get this thing out of here in a small hole. I'm tired, I'm out of breath, I'm gonna lie. There's a brake line there. Hold please.
Didn't have to work you this far.
Huh?
We only do one side today. We're good.
I mean, we already got the everything taken apart, so.
I don't want to do this.
No, we didn't.
It's fine, let it hang.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
We didn't got her all.
It's pushing over there completely.
It's fine.
Are you ready? Hold on. All right. And then it's just a game of snaking it out the bottom here. There you go. One old strut.
So just a heads up, you see how hard he's breathing? He's just not used to this type of work. When I do these things, you know, I don't breathe that hard. But he's doing a great job on this, helping me out, and I really appreciate that. But I think he needs to go to the gym a little bit more.
Yeah, it's called fat and old. All right, now that we got the old strut out, we can look at the new one and old one side by side and see if we've got any differences here. Right off the back, we can see that it was time for replacement. This factory strut, it does look like the bushing was pushed all the way to the top. You can see where there's some missing here at the bottom. Could have been the cause of our noise, but we're gonna swap over to this new one regardless. All right, now that we've got the old one off, let's go back with the new. All right, let's get this thing back in here. Shit, Peter. It's a snake game. So for installation, the new one didn't snake in as easy as the old one snaked out. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this tie rod from the knuckle here. Going forward, if I were to do this again on teardown, I'd probably go ahead and pull that anyway to begin with. And the nut for the tie rod is a 17. Nope, I lied to you. It's a 19. I lied. I'm sorry. Sue me. 19. Take two. Oh, God, this is so heavy. And the easiest thing to do is when you do get the top in there, go ahead and throw one or two of the nuts in there just to hold the strut from falling back out while you get it in the bottom saddle. All right, so it looks like on these new struts, they beefed up the nut size a little bit from a 14 millimeter to a 15 millimeter. Now comes our strong buddy Peter again.
That's me.
Then you're going to get your bottom strut bolt, the washer, and the nut, and you're going to put it together just how you took it apart. Yeah. Here, give me some pressure. Ready? Holy shit. A little bit more. Perfect. Like a glove. And you always want to make sure you go to the proper torque spec, which on this one is German. It's Guten tight. We're going to go to at least probably 3 Unga Dungas, I think is the American spec for Guten tight. And then back to our beloved rear bolt. Oh, clean threads. It threads right down nicely. Look at that. Maybe we won't have to fight it for 10 minutes this time. Can't forget the tie rod. We'll be looking crazy. We get out there and one wheel goes right and one wheel goes left. Sorry. Sorry about him. Just gave you a little scare. All right. now that we've got the tie rod back on there, we're gonna go to the left side, just to rinse and repeat, and we'll let you know how it goes after that when we take it for a test drive. All right, we got them installed. Time for the test drive. Whew! Daggone, what we doing to Baja out here, boys? Let's do it. Well, on the rough stuff, it felt great. Now let's see if we got rid of our noise hitting the bumps. Smooth. Well, the good news is, looks like all of our noises are gone. I'd say for ease of install, on a scale of 1 through 5, I'm gonna give this one probably a 2.5. Not hard to do, but definitely takes you a little bit of time, and you're definitely gonna want a strong buddy with you to make sure that you know, you get plenty of help, somebody to double check all the bolts that you took loose. And overall, I'd say these things ride great. Don't forget, I'm gonna put a link in the description if you guys want to check them out. I think overall, so far they look nice. We'll reach back out in another couple 100 miles to let you know how they're going. And as Pete would say, catch you later.